What's going on? Welcome to Tech with Sean, and today we're talking about chairs, so hold on to your butts. Okay, so this video is going to be a lot different than your favorite TechTuber's sponsored video about their sponsor's racing chair. This is not a sponsored video. I've had this chair for over a year, so I felt like I was qualified to give my opinion on it. As of today, we have like 33 subscribers, so we don't really have people beating down the doors to sponsor us and give us free stuff yet anyway. I'm going to recommend a regular office chair that's adjustable and ergonomic, and it's a good pick for daily use, 8 hours a day, every day. This is the type of chair that big companies will get for their employees because ergonomics are a real concern when you're going to use something for a long time. You spend $1,000 on a graphics card and you may upgrade that in 3 years, but how often are you going to upgrade your spine? Never, hopefully. Insert Sub-Zero gif. Doogie wants to be in the shot. So if you're talking about like a premium ergonomic type office chair, there are a couple major players, but my favorite is Steelcase, and my recommendation is the Steelcase Leap. The one that they have now available on the site is what's known as kind of the Steelcase Leap V2, and it's a continuance on the Steelcase Leap original model, and it's been around, and the Leaps have won just like all types of awards and like design awards and ergonomics awards and just usability stuff. They're really good chairs. They're not cheap chairs, but I feel like if you're going to be sitting in one all the time, it's definitely something that's worth investing money in because you're not going to have to buy a new one every year when it gets all worn out. And ultimately, it's your health, so it's something that you should take pretty seriously, I think. So what really sets a chair like the Leap apart from something like those racing chairs are a couple of main factors. You have like the build quality, first of all, but then you also have the adjustability. A lot of those chairs will just let you lean forward and backward and not a lot else. But a chair like this has all types of different adjustability things, and it's going to let you get a really good fit for your back. Starting off with the adjustments, on the right side there's this big knob, and that's the lower back firmness. And what that does is you basically turn it one way to make it firmer and one way to decrease the firmness. And that's kind of like the lumbar area and the stiffness of the back of the chair. So being able to adjust that's really nice. Sometimes you want it to be looser feeling and sometimes you want it to be tight. In front of that you have a group of several different adjustment levers. The one on the right is the just seat height, so that works like it would on any other chair. You just push it down and the seat goes up. There's another rotatable knob in front of that, and that's for the upper back force, and that's basically how firm you want it to be for the chair to recline. So if you want it to be tighter, so you have to really push on it, you can have it like that. Or if you want it looser, so it's not as much work to push it back, you can do that too. It's a pretty cool feature. Attached to the arm of that lever is a little flap that says backstops, and by moving that backward and forward, you can actually adjust how far the chair leans. So let's see. If I have it all the way forward, it'll only go back this far, and that's a hard stop. And then if I put it all the way back, I can lean way back here now. So if you want to be able to like lean back kind of halfway, you can have it like that too. You can really adjust it to be however you want. Then on the left side of the chair, you have what I think is a really key feature, and that's the seat depth. So you can actually adjust how far backward and forward the seat pan sits. If you're a taller person, you know that if you get a chair that feels like too short, it feels kind of like only your butt is on the seat and your legs are hanging off all the time, and it's really uncomfortable. And I'm sure that short people, it's the same thing. If you get a chair that's too big or that the chair is too far forward, it probably feels like it's coming up to the back of your knees and your feet are dangling like a little kid. So being able to adjust that and bring the seat forward and backward is really key for being able to get it fitting like you want. You get a ton of adjustments on the arms, so not only can you raise and lower them, but you can bring the entire arms in and out, and as well as pivot them. So no matter how you want them, if you want one arm sitting different because that's like your mouse hand, and one's different because you're using the keyboard or something, you can totally set them up to fit. The build quality on these is great. It's mostly metal construction. The back is plastic. It's what they call a live back, and it kind of like flexes and forms to your back. So I'm sure that that's the reasoning behind them not using metal for that part. It has really good casters. They work good on carpet or hardwood. What else? The fabric is nice. This V2, the fabric I got is kind of toothy and durable, so I like that. They have options with leather, and if you get them from their website, you can even send them your own fabric and get, you know, customers' fabric is one of the options on there. So I'm not balling like that, but it's pretty cool. Steelcase actually makes another chair called the Gesture, and it has a more modern look, and it has the full adjustments and the adjustable back and everything. It actually has a more kind of space age look that a lot of people like, but I feel that the actual fit and comfort of this chair surpasses it. So that's my pick. If you had to ask me what office chair should I get for gaming, I'm gonna say the Steelcase Leap. And now I want to give you also a budget recommendation. So these are expensive chairs, and they go for around, you know, $800 to $1,000. So that's not in everybody's budget. So I have another option that you can get for closer to $100 or $200, and that's going to be the Steelcase Leap V1. That's the original model of this, and you can find these used pretty easily for like $300, but if you look, you can typically find them for less than that. And a lot of people, you know, don't know their value, so they may just have an ad that says Steelcase chair, you know, $50. And these things are built like tanks, so if you see one and it looks decent, you know, scoop it up. They have replacement parts. They're super popular, so there's like guides for everything from reupholstery to like fixing them. You know, huge companies like, I'm sure like Dell and Microsoft and those places buy thousands of these at a time to equip offices with, so they're well documented, and they're just really good chairs. I have one here that I got at a resale shop for $150. After I bought this chair, you know, I was really sold on the quality, and I saw it sitting there, and it was priced a little bit more than the other chairs, so I'm sure that it wasn't catching anybody's eye, but for $150, it's a really good buy. And I use it as a daily driver at my Mac setup, actually. So yeah, for $150, you know, you're saving 80 or 90% of the cost, and you're still getting a really good chair. So you may not be able to get the custom colors and fabrics that you want, but hey, it's hard to beat it for that price. So yeah, best gaming chair 2019, Steelcase Leap. Budget option, used old Steelcase Leap. That's my bet. You know, those racing chairs look cool, but they're just not designed well to be chairs, so it is what it is. If you like this video, give us a like, drop us a comment if you want to, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Thanks everybody.